And now that we know what matters, we turn to Roast and Toast, where the Ruckettes cheer or jeer people and events in the news. And we start tonight with Woody.
Back in the real world, a toast to MoDOT, the Missouri Department of Transportation, which has just reopened the Broadway extension and Broadway Bridge after a major rehab, and they finished 6 weeks early. This was done by a department that has cut its staffing by 20% in the last couple of years. MoDOT does a great job, 7th longest highway system in America, and they have one of the lowest fuel taxes to work with, and yet they managed to maintain that system. I wish that more state and federal agencies would go and do likewise. Great job, MoDOT.
This is a toast to Governor Chris Christie and President Barack Obama for the manner in which both of these great leaders have set aside partisan politics to address the needs of the people impacted by Hurricane Sandy. I think this is an excellent example of how we should move forward with the Republican Congress and the Senate, who could learn a lot from how these two gentlemen have behaved.
Okay, my toast is for is kind of an unlikely one. In this election year, we actually are seeing the beginnings of a new, strong Democratic Party in Johnson County, and God knows the state of Kansas needs some balance. As the Kansas City Star has pointed out in its endorsements, the governor of the state of Kansas is going to control possibly the courts, certainly controls the executive branch, the House of Representatives, but whether or not he controls the state Senate really matters. So the Democratic Party has put forward Kyle Russell to run again in a seat that, for the first time, a strong Democrat who received the Star's endorsement has a chance of winning. Also would like to toast Nancy Lusk and Larry Meeker and all those other brand new people offering a chance to stand up and speak out against Brownback's agenda.
Well, this is a sad toast to the life of Biff, who is the African gray parrot that my wife and I raised for 27 years, and she died suddenly this morning. She was a beloved member of our family, and Biff will really be missed.
And finally, a massive roast to the people involved with creating the moronic, and I'm being charitable, moronic controversy over a nude statue in the Overland Park Arboretum. Predictably, a grand jury rejected the call for legal action against the city. I fear that groups with names like the American Family Association of Missouri and Kansas will be mistaken for conservative organizations. Going after this work of art is not conservative, and it's not liberal. It is just stupid. And that's Ruckus for tonight. Be sure to join Nick Haynes for Kansas City Week in Review Friday evening at 7:30.